Is it weird yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. 1, 2,
Ugh,
3.
excuse me.
1, 2. You fucked it up by burping. What's that fresh? That's gonna be the first thing people hear. It's just gonna be the burp, and then it's gonna be the intro. Fresh.
Honestly, if all I hear is a burp, that's going to be me saying, yeah, I need to listen to this a little further.
All right. Let's get this thing going. What do I usually say? How do I usually start this off? All right, I got it. Howdy there, true believers. Welcome back to New World Nerds. This is the official podcast of the YouTube channel, NewWorldNation. What do we do here? We review one MCU movie a week, leading up to Avengers Endgame, and Jasmine already ruined it. But
I'm sorry, I'm sick.
No, shut up. You keep your disease to yourself. So what we do, or what we have been doing, is watch it in the one movie or whatever. This is totally going to break that, and it's going to mess everything up because of me, because I already messed up Iron Man 2 with Ian and Shaggy. You'll hear about that when we do that podcast. But this is breaking that. This is the only non-MCU movie we'll review until April, whatever. We're going to go ahead and review Into the Spider-Verse, but I am not alone. She already ruined it. You may have heard her burp already. Yes, man.
It's your girl, me.
Yeah, it's your girl, Skinny Penis. She's ready and raring to go. When we first created the group me for the podcast, she was like, "I want Spider-Verse and I want it now." And she's fighting illness.
Pictures of Spider-Man.
Hey, pictures of Spider-Man. Yes, you do. Everybody needs more pictures of Spider-Man because he drops that booty.
Because he's dumb thick.
Yes, correct. Okay, so neither of us took really good notes about this movie, but are we going to talk about it anyways? So just off the bat, do you want to do any non-spoiler stuff? Because I don't really do that. It's not really my thing.
What, non-spoiler, or are we doing spoilers?
No, that's why I don't really do non-spoilers. I just kind of like, why are you watching a review? You should go see it and form your own opinion. What do I know?
I can't promise I won't spoil anything because I have a big mouth. So
okay.
There's that.
Yeah. I agree. You have big old dumb mouth. Where's Mike? He's not going to do the soundboard? I should ask that beforehand.
Yeah, he left the room. I'm just awkwardly at his mom's house, trying not to be too loud because I don't want people to judge me.
What's Yasmin doing on in there? Oh, she's just talking to herself about the Spider-Verse. No big deal. Okay, well, my non-spoiler review would just be like, I really thought it was a good time, heartfelt at times. It had a good message, faithful to the comics, but not like exactly faithful. More in like tone and like the overall characterization of certain Spider-Men. Thought Spider-Ham was all right. I thought he was going to be my favorite, but he wasn't. But still pretty good.
Well, I know John Mulaney can't act, so I went in there with low expectations for Spider-Ham. But
very
they didn't give him a lot of lines, so it was good.
Yes, we'll get into that. And I think it has a very unique visual style because it looks like a comic book. They have there's the shading for some of the characters, and they also have those little dots that they used to use all the time. That's about as technical as I'm gonna get. They have lines and dots sometimes.
Don't worry, I can get more technical than that.
All right. Well, lovely. So I thought it was overall a good time. What about you?
Okay, honestly, whenever we left the theater, I was like, this might be one of my favorite Marvel movies, and for sure my favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely. I think is that saying a lot?
Oh, okay. Tom Holland's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. He's lovely.
The Andrew Garfield, is that his name? He was pretty good. I liked him.
Oh wait, so where's the butt coming? Don't tell me you hate Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I didn't hate him. He's just definitely not top 3.
There's only so many. What do you mean?
Yeah, there's 4, and he didn't make the cut.
Okay, here's how I think it goes. I think it goes Tobey Maguire better Peter Parker. It goes Andrew Garfield better Spider-Man, and then Tom Holland better both.
Okay, and then we got our boy Miles Morales, who's the better Peter Parker.
Yeah, there you go. I think Miles Morales just a little backstory for my history with the Ultimate Spider-Man. When he came out, I think it was like 2011 or something like that. That's when I first started getting into comics. Like I went to the comic book store, and the first like batch I got my first pull list was the death of the Ultimate Spider-Man. So I watched him die, which was really cool. It's super epic. And then I watched Miles Morales become Spider-Man. So that was like some of the first comics like that I went picked out myself. The way I picked out comics back in the day was like, oh, this cover looks cool. I'm gonna get it.
Well, I
And
didn't really read comics. I think the time I got the most familiar with Miles Morales is whenever Donald Glover did his stand up, and they were like, he's nerdy, he could be Spider Man. And I think that's how I became aware of Black Spider Man.
See, but even then, he wasn't supposed to. They wanted to cast him just as a black Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Because like Miles Morales was barely coming out then, which I was like, I don't give a shit. Like whatever, like do whatever you want. But then when they're like, oh, they should make him Miles Morales for the MCU, I was like, it's just so hard because Miles' story is directly tied to Peter Parker. We haven't gotten Peter Parker yet. This MCU is going to be around until we're all dead. So like we have plenty of time to get to Miles Morales. I just want to see Peter Parker swinging in with the Avengers, and that's what I got. And we're definitely going to get Miles Morales eventually because we got Donald Glover playing his uncle, so it's fine.
Honestly, like at first, whenever I was watching the movie, it didn't dawn on me the fact that his universe isn't our universe, like the one we're used to seeing in all the other movies. And like, because whenever they showed blonde Spider-Man, I was like, when the hell was he blonde? And it didn't
When do we
dawn on
get a
me till later
Nazi
in the
Spider-Man?
movie. Like,
That's great. Did you? I like the touch how it was like a Chance the Rapper
with
coloring
the
book
4.
album. Yeah, and it was a 4 instead of a 3. I really enjoyed that, and it was like Coca Soda instead of like Coca Cola. It was just a bunch of little.
Or
It's like,
what is it? Shaun and the Dead or whatever it is. That one
oh
movie. There's two
yeah,
British comedians.
it's Shaun of the Dead, and it was like from dusk till Shaun.
Yeah,
That
was
was
a good
really
one.
good too. There was a Seth Rogen horse movie in the background. I was like, I'll watch that one.
I honestly think like it's probably partially just because I'm an artist, but like I appreciate how much you could tell that they had fun doing the design and like the artwork for the movie, and I just thought it was really creative and interesting and kind of compelling the way that they kind of created their own new style while using like the old traditional thing that's going on and like combining it with what we're all used to,
Definitely.
and it
Yeah, you
made it really
fucking art
dynamic.
nerd. Fucking nerd. No, but no, it's good. Thank you for making us sound even a little bit smart. I appreciate it. You're giving us credibility right now.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
I'm all for it.
I pay for my
There,
degree, guys.
but there was some stuff I really liked the visual style. Like I felt like it was really unique. It was just like kind of like around like the surrounding stuff. Maybe like when two characters were I was gonna say dialoguing with each other when they were talking to each other, but it seemed like kind of the background seemed kind of like when you take off your 3D glasses in the middle of the
Yeah,
movie.
and it's like
It
blue and
kinda,
red type thing.
yeah. I guess I was like, I don't really know. They're just trying to shift your focus, maybe. But I was like, that was the only thing that I was like, that's kind of weird. But I think it's like this it's so weird because kind of like this like half animation, half like stop motion with the comic at some times. And I really enjoyed it. I really liked it a lot.
I think the color choices were just really cool because it was all very vibrant and it's like reminiscent of all like pop art and like Andy Warhol. And then like I like how it would transition from being like a regular movie scene, like an animation scene, and then it would go from like the comic book style transitioning. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah.
yeah, I get you. And then I also like how each Spider-Man was kind of like a little bit different in their animation, but it wasn't like super like cringy or super like you weren't taken aback by it.
Mhm.
Like even or fucking Spider-Ham was kind of cartoony and
Yeah.
like I don't know, Spider-Man Noir was pretty funny too.
But
I
I
love
think
how
they
they
like pushed
make
them all just enough that it made sense. Like with Spider Ham, if he was like cartoony, but they didn't have all of, like the cartoon sound effects every time he did something, it wouldn't have
yeah.
pushed it enough, and it would have just been dumb. But like I felt like it was really well done the way that they, I guess, composed all the characters.
Yeah. I thought it was really great. One thing they didn't mention, I don't know, or I don't remember them doing that, but he was Spider-Ham was a spider, and he got bitten by a radioactive pig.
Yeah, they said that.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't think they said that, but and then his Aunt May is a pig with dementia, so she doesn't know that that's not actually his nephew.
Oh,
He
they
just
didn't say
kind of
that part. They did
they
like
they
that.
didn't say that part.
Well, that was the other thing I liked about it was how they gave everyone a backstory without it feeling rushed or being dumb. Like obviously,
Hmm.
like all the minor Spider-Men didn't need the big elaborate backstory, and I like that it all kind of started with like the "and here's my story" comic book scene. Like,
It's like
let's take
starts
it
off
from the top.
like every Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, where it's just like, if someone told you I was a regular kid, they'd be lying. It's like, kid, you're fucking 30. Like, but yeah, and like do all do the voiceover like it's a goddamn CW show. No offense, Gabriella. I love all of them.
Or I love the like our Peter Parker, how he was like, and you know the rest of my story. We got married. We couldn't make it work. I went into a crippling depression. It was like, oh.
That classic chestnut. You know how it goes. Yeah, it was lovely. But that's always how it is. Like, they're just at different parts of his life. He's like, what, in his mid 40s, and the other Spider-Man
Yeah.
was like in his 20s. It's like, yeah, no, don't worry. It's all going to come crashing down for this Peter Parker, too. He just happened to die beforehand.
He was in his midlife crisis.
Yeah, it was so funny. I love
Oh, it
that
was
so
so well
much.
done. Do I want
Uh,
kids?
he's just like, I like how he didn't spend too much time being like the reluctant teacher. It's like, shut up, we know you're going to teach him. We watch the trailers. But I don't think, I think didn't spend like too much time being like, I'm not going to teach him. He's like, all right, shit's in the fan. Let's go. We got to get the goober. We got to
And it
do
wasn't
this.
like cheesy, which is what I
Yeah.
really appreciate. It wasn't like, oh, like there's such sentiment built up between us. It was just like, no, like he hated it the entire time and then he kind of grew on him.
Yeah.
It was like
Like,
Stockholm. Like,
it's like our relationship.
exactly.
Yeah, just
You
just
hated
kind
me
of
and then I just stuck around long enough and here we are.
Ayo.
Ayo. It's like me
I
and
thought
Mike's
that's how.
relationship.
Yeah. You, but ooh, did you cling on hard to that one? Ooh, she's holding on for dear life. Welcome back to Mike settling Yasmin. This just did.
I'm just gonna
I'm
cry
just
in the
kidding.
mic.
It's okay.
This
I
podcast is
think I
just 10
said.
minutes of tears.
Hey, that's better. I think we already talked about Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse longer than we talked about Iron Man in the first episode. So I think it all worked out. It's not my fault. I
Welcome
had
to
too
the
many
last 5
beers.
minutes or Iron Man.
For real, it was so bad, and Justin was like trying to rein me in. It wasn't working. It's okay. What is there? What is that? What else was there to say? Robert Downey Jr. is a great Iron Man. It was started everything. It was great.
I should have had a
Anyways, back
drink.
to.
That would have been more fun.
Oh, come on. No, we would have spent so much time focused on how much you had to eat today, how much water you drank. Yeah, that's quality content. You think
Comedy
that's the one
gold.
that's gonna just cause you scream it in a weird voice
I
doesn't
can
mean
get
I think
louder
you
and
need it
weirder.
any less.
Comedy gold.
I think that's good. I think that's if Toadstool from Mario had a friggin' podcast. That's exactly how it started off.
Hey, but Nico, comedy works in threes, so comedy gold.
I'm sorry that you guys just had to get subjected to that.
I'm so funny.
That's not even Yasmin's fault. That's just the comedy world in general's fault. If you don't like it once, well, guess what? You're gonna hear it at least 2 more times. Something that I didn't think was gonna affect me was the Stan Lee cameo. Kind of took a second.
Excelsior.
For me.
I was like, oh, that was sad.
The first thing he said though was like, "I know, I miss him too," and I'm like, "Oh God." Like, why? Why'd you do this to me? It's only been like a month, you son of a bitch.
The cameo I didn't
but-
know I needed.
Yeah, but don't worry. People are like, "Oh, it's gonna be like his last cameo." We're still getting like at least five more movie cameos.
They
'cause
probably had him
recorded them
pre-record a
all.
bunch of things. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did, and also they scanned him. Like,
Yeah,
they
I was like,
scanned his
CGI is
face.
really advanced.
So you remember how you saw Princess Leia at the end of Rogue One? Ooh, we're gonna see Stan Lee for the rest of our lives, and he's only gonna look more lifelike each time. You know, we're just gonna keep on advancing technology.
Yeah. Or have you seen those things where like they'll do the CGI for Obama's face or like Trump's face. I know Jordan Peele did one with Obama because he does his voice really well, and it basically looked like he was like doing a speech from him, and he was like, "Don't trust everything you see because this is the power of technology now."
Oh God.
It's on YouTube. It was really cool and also kind of terrifying because I think like
Yeah,
the
I
whole
know.
point was like technology could start a war.
For real. You'd be like, I hate X, Y, and Z,
Yeah,
and everybody who lives there.
but my whole point of that was so we'll see Stanley.
Yeah. But there's I like it how it was heartfelt and then it was super funny. He's just like, oh, it always fits. And then he looks to the side, just says no returns. But there is a really cool thing that Stanley said, or has always said. He's like, I didn't think about it when I created Spider-Man. Well, he had a hand in it. Steve Ditko is the one that designed his costume and everything about it.
Okay.
But he said that everything's covered up. It's not like Superman where you see his face. It's not like Batman where you can see like the bottom half of his face. He's completely covered, so anybody can see themselves as Spider-Man. And growing up, I didn't know like I needed a Miles Morales. Like I was like, oh, that's me. You know, he's half Hispanic, just like, or I'm not half Hispanic, but you
I
know,
was like, "You're half Hispanic."
no. I got full blown Hispanic. Uh, took the 23andMe and everything. I'm just kidding, I didn't do that. But I never like watching Spider-Man, like the Tobey Maguire ones, watching the cartoon. I never thought like I couldn't be Spider-Man. That never crossed my mind. Like I didn't think like that. And but now seeing this, like if any kid for some reason, some dumb kid told you in the playground, like, oh, we're playing Avengers and you can't be Spider-Man because you're X, Y, and Z. Like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, fuck you. Go to the movies right now. Go ahead and get it in D-Box. Your seat will move around, and you'll see that Miles Morales is fucking Spider-Man. And I thought that was a great message of the entire movie, is that anybody can be Spider-Man or anybody can be a hero. And I thought the Stanley quote fit it really well. He's like, anybody that does right is in themselves a hero.
Yeah, not to get like super political, but I very much appreciate the growing variety of superheroes of color and even just female superheroes because like when you think of like the women superheroes, they're always like a branch of like whatever male one, like Superwoman or something like that. Maybe Wonder Woman's the only like original one, but then we got like Captain Marvel's getting a movie and like even the female Spider Woman, which kind of just contradict everything I said, but she has her own like backstory that doesn't even like, she's not doesn't just feel like just some sort of spinoff, if that makes sense. Miles Morales
Like,
doesn't feel like some sort of spinoff because he has his whole other life and like whole original story,
yeah, and I think the Miles Morales story is super compelling because, like, when he first showed up, his dad wasn't a cop, so like his dad and his uncle were both like, or the dad was like a former criminal who'd since reformed, obviously. But I mean, his uncle was a prowler, and then he ended up getting his uncle killed, like in one of their fights. Like his uncle died. So like when his father found out eventually that he was Spider-Man, like he didn't know how to think about it. Like he disowned him, and not just that, like his mom ended up like dying as a result of. Like,
I
him
knew she
fighting
was
the Green
gonna
Goblin.
die. I haven't read the comics, but like I was watching the trailer and I was like, I bet his mom dies. She didn't,
No, no,
spoiler
no.
alert, but I knew she would eventually.
Yeah, but but that like they've since like retconned that to where like the dad's the cop and the mom's still alive currently in the mainstream universe because they brought Miles Morales over from the Ultimate Universe into the mainstream universe, so him and Peter Parker coexist in the regular universe, which is really cool. But yeah, so like I think it's a super compelling story because it's like. I was like, if your fucking uncle's a bad guy, what are you gonna do? And like, there is no winning situation for Peter. He was just like, oh, this guy was supposed to be my new dad, and now he's a bad guy. He's a fucking monster of science. He has a bunch of arms, or he fucking has goblin face now. But it's just like, oh, what am I gonna do? But with Miles, it's like, what do you do? There is no win here. Like you either throw him in jail or he dies. Like either way, your uncle's gonna hate you forever. Who you like your fucking best friend, like is gonna hate you. And I really
I
like their
appreciated that it
relationship in
wasn't
this
like
movie, too.
the same thing, like because you can watch so many Spider-Man movies. Like, all right, Uncle Ben's dying. All right, bye,
Yeah.
Uncle Ben. Like we get it. We've seen it. Like it was this whole new thing, and it wasn't just his uncle dying. Like it was a whole dramatic event that led up to it. It was so much darker and it was so much more interesting to
Definitely.
watch. And like even the characters in the story, they were like, "Oh, what a dark backstory, or whatever," or talk about a backstory. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
It was just I don't
I,
know.
I really liked it, definitely. Like it was such like a, I didn't think about it until like you were talking about it right now. Like it's just like a twist on the Uncle Ben
Hmm.
story. Like, and it's like even more his fault.
Yeah,
Like if that
and then it's like,
makes
what do you do
sense.
about that? You know?
Yeah, there's and yeah, exactly. What do you do? Like,
Because
and
this
that's
whole
because you're
oh my bad, go ahead.
like your fucking dad found you over like his brother's body. Like, damn. Like, what are you
Hmm.
gonna do?
And
Like,
like
even if you
the
eventually do tell him.
fuck, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
You're good. I like completely lost whatever. Anyway, yeah, that sucks. Sorry about you.
Sorry. Yeah, that fucking blows.
Yeah. I had a one liner and I blanked on it again.
Damn it.
I'm full of quick whips. That's me, quick whip Yasmin.
Put it on a tombstone.
Please do. Fastest whip
Um,
slinger in the West. Pew pew.
I thought you were toasting Tanya.
Oh hell yeah, Toast and Tanya lives, baby. No one else will get that, but
It's
we
just
know.
for us. When we're old and dying and be like, what? Oh, I found that old YouTube app. And then we're going to hear that. It's like, oh, remember Toasted Tanya? Was she someone we actually work with? I don't remember. It's been years.
And I'm gonna
Also,
tip my cowgirl hat and disappear into the sunlight.
who's Yasmin? What's YouTube? Where am I? We
Everyone's
all
like, "This is the
die.
worst stream ever."
Yeah. There's been worse, I'm sure.
Yeah, at least we're
We're
talking about
alive.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, at least we're talking about the thing. This is not even the worst one on this channel. Go ahead. Like, comment, subscribe.
Woo.
Hell yeah. But, no other YouTube channel is going to respond to every comment like we do, all right? We have so little of you guys. We love you to death.
What comments would we respond to if Michael didn't ask anything?
No. Go see if he has any questions. I'm just kidding.
Every
This
time
isn't
we watch
live.
the stream, Michael's like, "Hey, I got another shout out."
I shout him out in my life. I'll just be at the store. And they'd be like, oh, would that be it? I was like, actually, add a little Michael Ross. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, sorry, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later.
I'm always like, "Why? What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm supporting my friend." I'm like, "He was my friend first. I'm giving you permission to not support him." It's like,
Hey, don't you take away my views, all right? It shows me on SoundCloud who's our most valuable watcher.
I know,
It
it's
said Mike
him.
Ross. Because he's watched both of them or listened to both of them. He's like, I'll just put them on when I go to bed. I was like, appreciate the support. That's why he gets a shout out.
This is his shout out right now.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Ross, how you doing? You bloody legend. And we're back.
God, I love him.
They need to make. Speaking of, there needed to be an Australian Spider-Man. What are they doing? Like a
Australia
Crocodile
doesn't need
Dundee
anything.
Spider-
They don't
Yeah,
need a
but
single superhero. in That poison continent, whatever it is, country, whatever.
Dude, that freaking spider would be deadly.
Ooh, that brings me to, I like that he had different powers.
Yeah, the venom blast, and he can turn invisible. I love that part. He's like, has a venom blast. Show him. Can't do it on command. He can turn invisible. Can't do it on command. I can't do it on command.
It's like, look, he's doing it.
Look, he's doing it now. And I love New Girl so much. So the fact that Nick from New Girl, Jake Johnson, I think that's his name, was Peter Parker was like a dream for me because I fucking love that guy.
I didn't even realize that was his voice. Ooh, or do you watch Atlanta? You know Atlanta, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
And Paperboy is the dad.
Paperboy. All about that Paperboy.
Did not realize that was him at all. It doesn't sound like him.
No,
at all.
I saw it on like a behind the scenes thing like a few days later. Like I didn't know.
Yeah. We were watching it this morning. I was like, what the hell?
Hell yeah.
And I really like the voice actor for Miles, the guy from Dope.
Yeah.
I like.
Oh, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, it's the lead guy from Dope.
Yeah, Gabby was like, I thought it was a child, like a teenager.
Yeah, I was like,
and
I
it's
like
a
that he's a
grown-ass
grown man. Who didn't have to change his voice at all.
That's funny. I thought the Ant-Man stuff was really good.
Oh yeah.
I like the death of the OG Peter Parker or whatever, or the one from the Ultimate Universe. I really enjoyed that. I got a little burp out too. Like, comment, subscribe.
I like the whole theme of Spider-Man always bounces back. I don't even think I've ever heard that before. Or like he always gets back on his feet or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Oh, and even like when he was about to die, he was like super chill, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'll get out of this one."
Still
somehow.
funny,
Or,
like
I thought he was a great mentor. Like, I love that part where he's just like, "I'll teach you the ropes."
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, fuck yeah. Like, I don't know. I just like whenever superheroes have time to stop and like talk to you or whatever, like that's what I think is like that's one of the reasons I really gravitated towards Superman, because this guy could do everything, and then he'll stop and like talk somebody away from jumping like and killing themselves, but they don't do that in the movies, so that's why I like blah, 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 blah. But for like Spider-Man to do that made me really happy. And in the game too, he'll stop and like he doesn't even know Miles Morales has spider powers, because I don't think he does in the game yet.
Yeah.
But he'll stop and he's like, "Come on, like try and hit me or whatever." Like, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's like trying to fight me. Like I didn't have any choice." He's like, "Okay, well, like learn to defend yourself." So instead of like going and stopping another robbery, he stops and explains to him like how to defend himself or whatever. He's like, "That guy's 2 times as big as you. You got to be twice as fast." And like I love it. Like it's just I don't love these heroes. I love the people behind them.
Yeah. How they're all still like real people. The like humanity of the hero.
Mm-hmm. And I love that little monologue when he's swinging at the end. Where he's talking about how anybody can be a hero. Like, I don't know why I wanted to get emotional, but I didn't, because there was people in the theater.
Because I'm a man.
I'm like, oh yeah, sports, alcohol, yeah. And I just hype myself back into it. Monster trucks. Got it. All right, we're back. But I loved his freaking suit too. I really liked that a lot.
That was
so cool.
I like that he's a graffiti artist. Like I just love graffiti. Yeah. There's just personal bias in that.
Fuck art nerd, you fucking nerd.
I was just like, he's so cool. He's so street.
He's so hip. And
how urban.
He's so punk rock.
How counterculture.
But I love that, and I love you can even see like on his like fingertips, like because it's designed exactly like the comic book version. His isn't like spray painted or whatever. Like Shield issued him that suit at least the first time, and he does get his web shooters also, like, or he gets his web shooters from Gwen Stacy after Peter dies.
Yeah.
But I like in the movie how they like you can still see like the parts that it's not like even, like it looks like he spray painted it like on the fingertips. It looks really fucking cool.
Yeah. And then it wouldn't have made sense if it was like super perfect too after he just spray painted the costume.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go save my friends, but first I gotta look badass.
I liked like the whole dynamic of spray painting between him and his uncle, because like I was thinking about it and was like, his uncle would be alive and they'd be perfectly fine if he had brought him anywhere else to go paint.
Damn.
It's like it was their love that killed them.
Why do you gotta fuck me up like
that? I was like, that would have been easily avoidable.
I don't want to feel things. I shouldn't have gone to see
Uncle,
this movie,
whatever
though.
his name was.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Hold on,
it's hard when it's not Ben.
What was his name? No, I'm not gonna.
The name.
I know he's the Prowler.
The name.
It's not fine dining. I don't know.
All I know is fine dining and breathing.
All right, I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna put it down here in the description. There it is, or put it down here in the video. It's just gonna say his name, and it's not gonna have all this. Just us thinking about it.
Do you like trim this for the YouTube, or do you put the whole thing?
No, I just put the whole thing.
Oh.
I sometimes cut it. I've cut it. Like I made like 2 cuts, I think.
Okay.
Like 1 each podcast. So it's pretty much all goes in there.
Well, here's your first cut. So.
Great.
Great.
Thanks.
Good.
You fucked
Good?
it.
We
You
good?
fucked it.
We need another cut, and we'll cut
No, stop it.
right.
Stop it.
Cut right here.
I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it all in. We have that awkward pause and everything. What were we talking about? I was gonna say something. You threw me off. Fucking
the uncle's
Spider-Man.
name.
Fuck! Shut up! I'm already past that. I don't remember. Something Davis maybe. Shut up. We're past that. We already cut that out. Oh my gosh, what were we even talking about? The movie is great. Definitely go see it. Something about Spider-Man.
I need more pictures of Spider-Man.
There's no J. Jonah Jameson in this movie.
There needs to be.
Definitely.
Someone needs to get pictures of Spider-Man.
Someone needs pictures of Spider-Man. I had another thing. Stop talking about J. Jonah Jameson wanting pictures of Spider-Man. Oh, a fun fact for Spider-Man Noir: his Uncle Benjamin gets eaten by the Vulture. Boom.
Don't we all?
No, we don't. It's not a normal thing. That should definitely not be happening.
Kinky.
Oh my god, what just happened? I'm so glad you're on this one with me.
8 years only.
Shut up. I remember what I was going to say. And it was going to be that they contemplated bringing live action Spider-Man into it, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but they're like, nah, people are going to get too confused, so it's fine.
I'm glad they didn't.
Don't blow your load on the first movie. I think there's definitely a lot of cool sequels. And oh my God, I just remembered the end credit scene and I loved it so much.
Well, I'm not talking about... Oh, no, I didn't see the end credit scene because, like, it went through the whole... Gosh. We stayed through... You know how they have, like, the colorful, like, credits? We stayed through that, and then it went to the, like, reel, and I was like, I can't tell if there's an end scene. And, like, you know how they usually leave the lights still dim in the theater? Well, the lights were up.
They turned them on?
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I guess there is nothing.
No, there was some. Here it is. So it goes, and it's Spider-Man 2099, which is, like, another one of my favorite Spider-Man. So he's from the future, but also it's like an alternate reality. He looks really badass. It's not Peter Parker, it's Miguel O'Hara.
Okay.
And he gets like a watch to like jump dimensions or whatever. So it's like, oh, that's how they're gonna do it in the sequel. Okay. And then he's just like, let's start from the beginning. So he goes to the beginning. He goes to the fucking 70s cartoon, fucking where they get all the Spider-Man memes. And so you know the meme where they're like pointing at each other, like there's two Spider-Man pointing at each other. It's just so it's 2099 Spider-Man. He's like, that guy's the imposter. He's like, you're the imposter. He's like, don't point at me. I'll point at you like you've never been pointed at in your life. It's just like, I'll fucking point. I'll use two hands and I'll point. That's all it was. J. Jonah Jameson was there. He's like, shoot one of them.
Is it in the same style?
No, as the 70s one, yes. He goes back to the 70s one.
No, but I mean, like, is it in the same style as the Into the Spider-Verse movie? Like,
No.
Okay.
No, it goes back to the 70s cartoon. Okay. And it's so funny. His futuristic suit looks so fucking silly in the 70s cartoon. He's like, oh, I point at you like you never been pointed at in your life. It was so funny. I laughed my ass off.
I'm mad. I can't find it on YouTube. It's not up yet. I want to watch. I'm mad at the theater for turning the light on and confusing me.
Dude, that's what happened the first time I went to go see Iron Man, the very first, like, end credit scene.
Yeah.
Like, my mom's like, we got to stay because I'm pretty sure I already told this story on another podcast.
I don't know. You told me it when we were at work that one time.
Yeah, and so my mom was mad at me because I didn't stick around. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Thanks for listening.
Hey, Mom.
No, she's my mom.
Hey, our mom.
New World Mom.
New World Mom, baby.
All right. And so that's what I got faked out by that movie theater end credit scene. So I feel your pain. I think this is just gonna end up being episode 3. Like, I'll put this out like the day after Christmas, and then we'll just do Iron Man 2 for the week after that. Because
Where are you, Christmas? I hope I find you.
Don't get me copyrighted.
Don't remember the words.
Wow.
My world is changing.
Very nice.
Don't
We're
worry, you won't
doing
get
great.
copyrighted because I can't sing.
Ha! Because you can't carry a tune in a bucket.
I'll never have a career in music.
No, but it's okay. You're an art nerd.
I'll never make it in the
Doesn't
big
matter.
city, Ma.
You'll never be nothing. You're just like your father.
You want to go run to New York? I don't know what accent that was.
I want to be a star.
I want to be a
Shut up.
star. I want to live in the big city.
Shut. Can you shut up?
And I want more pictures of Spider-Man.
Is that the third time you said that? I think it is. Wow.
Comedy
What
works
a-
in threes. Pew, pew, pew.
Comedy gold. You like that? How was mine? You think mine was pretty good?
I liked it.
All right. So my dream, like movie in general, like superheroes, comic book movie, my dream is to have all 3 live action Spider-Man on the same screen. So I really want a live action Spider-Verse like movie. Like that's, like I said, it's my dream. So getting this made me really happy. I think it's freaking great. Like I think the best and most like fun times I've had like in a superhero movie. Yes, I love Avengers: Infinity War, but you know the ending was like super like sad or whatever. The best like most feel good stuff like came from like the past 3 like animated superhero stuff. This movie, Teen Titans Go, I fucking had a great time.
Yeah,
and Lego
I like
Batman.
that movie.
Like those 3, and it's not just like that they're great times, but they also like make super deep comic book cuts. And I think those are like the most like faithful like comic book adaptations, and I just had the most fun with them.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
It
think-
definitely was like my favorite. I'm honestly debating on going to see it again. Like, if I had money, I would be going to see it. If I
I'd be
wasn't
there
broke.
right now. I think that, like you said, I think it is arguably one of the best Spider-Man movies because it doesn't feel like it wastes any time. It just like everything is for character development. It's not just like, oh, Mary Jane, why don't you love me anymore?
Yeah. And the timing on
and,
everything is like really good. Like they kind of got that down. It's comedic timing, and then like the way there's like a emotional roller coaster with it. And I think that was well timed out too. And it wasn't just like, haha, you remember this guy? Like, you know, it wasn't lame. It didn't do things in a cheesy way. It was like tasteful and funny, and also like engaging. And like, I don't read the comics, but someone like you who has read the comics, there's like something for everyone, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I also like how Miles sings songs like I sing songs, just kind of like the tone, and doesn't say any of the words because I don't know any of the lyrics.
Oh, yeah. Also, I really appreciated that Post Malone was a big part. Apparently, Post Malone had a talking part in the movie.
Yeah, I heard that too. I have no idea what it was.
He was, I don't know, some bystander.
Yeah. Shout out to Kristen. She thinks that he's attractive. What a weirdo.
No,
Everyone
he got his
talks smack to her
haircut,
in the
and he has
comments.
like his little curls, and it's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. And he seems like a really
Yeah.
cool person.
He looks haunting.
And he has a nice smile. I'll give him that too, because I saw him live at
what
Jambalaya.
is
And
this?
he has a pretty smile. It's
Okay,
it's a hype
well-
Post Malone up because everyone likes to talk about how dirty he is. And you know what? I think he's a good person. Let's talk about someone
I don't
else
think he's
bad.
dirty. I'm strictly speaking. I don't
But you
want
think
anything
he's
to do
a
with his
little
personality.
trifling, a little ugly,
I
little,
do.
little
And
gross,
that's-
little
okay.
little nasty?
No, I'm just judging his outside.
I think it's about time
promise.
that we give Post Malone the praise he deserves about
I don't think
his
he needs my
exterior
praise.
praise.
I don't think he gives a shit what I have to think.
I bet he does.
If I was him, I wouldn't give
Plus,
two
he's
shits.
from the dirty, dirty Dallas, man.
The-
The Triple D, baby.
is that place dirty?
I don't know. That's what Michael keeps calling it. I don't know. I'm from Austin.
Another shout out, Mike Ross, baby boy.
And also, Post Malone likes Whataburger. You know, he likes a burger that puts some hair on his chest, cuz.
who the hell doesn't like Whataburger? Who's had Whataburger and be like, actually, it's not that good?
Anyone from California?
Bullshit. They in their heads though they know. They know. Like I don't really understand the war between In-N-Out Burger and Whataburger. I think
In-N-Out
they're both
burgers
good.
are okay.
Obviously,
Their fries are trash.
yeah. I don't know about like I don't taste my food. I shove it right down.
That's your first
no
problem.
idea.
In-N-Out's fries
I
are trash.
inhale everything.
They're like freshly
Yeah,
made
that's-
and still taste like cardboard.
Well,
Oh,
I
one
think
second, hold up.
I,
Yeah? think Michael's mom called my name.
Okay, well, we're almost done.
Okay.
Anyway, I recently tried Five Guys, and I like that place. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I didn't realize how many fries they give you, and it's intimidating.
Yeah, it's way too much. We only get one order. Like
You
there's
get
no
your
way.
money's worth. Yeah, Michael and I will just share a large, and that's still way too much.
Remember when you had your first Five Guys experience? You freaking creep.
Yeah, well, living life on the edge.
Mike
Pinky.
was there. He approved. He watched the whole thing.
I feel like that needs to be like a little sticker. Like, Mike approved,
What?
and you just throw it on a video.
Mike approved. Stamp it on there right now. All right. That's. Do you have anything else to say about Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse? We're just talking about fast food now.
No, I don't think I do. Plus, I think we might be getting food or something. I heard my name. I don't know.
So, all I know is that my hunger senses are tingling.
Basically.
And so I also liked the animation when they had
The
their spider
Spidey,
senses going
yeah,
off.
that was really cool.
Yeah. So I liked everything about this movie. It was a great movie. It probably is the best Spider-Man movie. I'd have to rewatch
It is
Spider-Man
the best
2,
Spider-Man movie.
because that's like my favorite one. I don't know. It's up there with You Shut Your Mouth. I also love the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, but that's better. Stop it. Let me finish my thought. I love it. It was great. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you for watching New World Nerds, NewWorldNation. Put it on SoundCloud. This track is straight fire. Go ahead and like, comment, do all that stuff. Subscribe to the channel so I feel better about myself. Thank you, Yasmin, for coming along and doing this crazy
Thanks for having me.
podcast thing. Would you know when your which movie you are reviewing for the MCU?
I think Spider-Man Homecoming.
All right, so she's just doubling down on that Spider-Man.
I can't say the
Nice.
pictures thing anymore. I already said it 3 times.
Yeah. You shut your mouth. All right, that's going to do it for us here as the New World Nation. Keeping her out there, true believers. And I'll shout out to Mike Ross and my mom for sticking around until the end. Thank you. That's how I'm going to end every one.